Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my Hazbin Hotel Season 1 Smasher Pass. So, we've done Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss on Smasher Pass before. In 2022, we did both of them together. And then in 2023, we did a Hell of a Boss redo of a Smasher Pass with a bunch of new characters that had come out because a lot of episodes had come out since the original. Um, and there were, I believe, over 500 characters when I made that list. And yes, I made the actual tier list on the website for that one. Well, I did it again. So for season one specifically of the Amazon Hell of a Boss series, I have made another Has Been Hotel, Has Been Hotel in this case, tier list. This is all the main, major, named side, and even most of the background characters from the full season. This is not including the pilot, by the way, because I've already done the pilot. Um, so this is over 200 characters, and when season 2 eventually releases, I will update the list at that point. But yeah, so this is all characters, and as always, we have our normal categories for these kind of videos. We have Super Smash, Smash, Pass, Super Pass, and Literal Child slash Animal. Or I just put Animal slash Child here. Um, this one's not going to have a lot, but there are a couple of characters I will put there, and I'll explain why. Now, all of the characters are going to be in alphabetical order here, and some of them are like sorted out by for example, in the C's there will be Cannibal Gent, but it will be like Cannibal Gent 1, Cannibal Gent 2, and Gent short for like gentleman. And it's like there's going to be a lot of like, again, background characters and stuff you see in here. um I'm going to be sorting them out mostly based on looks, but for characters who, do have notable personalities, that will come into effect. But I think that's really all we need to explain going into this. I'm definitely interested to do this because I can tell you already, some choices and specific orders of things might change compared to how they were in the original. I actually haven't gone through and checked that out again. But I'm going to say right now, the Super Smash and the Smash will be organized. They will be ranked specifically. While Pass and Super Pass and Animal slash Child will just be like thrown in there. I'm not going to like sort them out and everything by how much I would pass on them. But we start with Adam, and Adam is a Super Pass. If he'll drag over there. There we go. Oh, did not mean to drag you. Adam is a super pass because even though he's the self-proclaimed dick master, he's just so much of an absolute tool. It's like, I would not want to be anywhere near him, honestly. Um, Also, if he weren't an angel, he would probably have every STD known to man. But, you know, that's because he's an angel, that doesn't really come into effect. But the point is, it's just like, I would not. No. So yeah, next we have these are like, I think I labeled them as afraid sinners. These are the sinners who are like panicking when they see Zestial. There's 4 of them here. And I'm going to say I'm going to put all of them in pass except this second guy, who we see a couple times in the season, and I think was also in the pilot. He can actually get it. I like his look. He's a smash for me, but the rest will go into pass. Now after that, we have the overlords that were killed by Alistair, and I labeled them as Alistair's backstory overlords or something like that. So let's see, how many of them are here? It's at least these next. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it's, yeah, it's the first 6 of these. Then it goes into just sinners from the backstory. So these next 6 are all overlords that Alistair, you know, killed and took the souls of, whatever you want to call it, however you want to specify it. Um, so first off, this second one, this kind of like almost fishy like character here, like there's like the fins and everything. She's gonna go into Smash for sure. Um, and this other lady here is gonna be Smash, but under her, and the big dude here is gonna be in between those two. The rest of them will go into pass though. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to sort out the passes, so yeah, next we have the sinners who appear in Alistair's backstory. Um, and I'm going to say Smash to you, and I'll put you right there. These are all going to be passes, so all the rest of the sinners in Alistair's backstory are passes. But next we come to Alistair himself, and he is a super pass. But not for the reason you might think. It's not because of who he... Well, I mean, it is because of who he is, but it's because he's asexual and aromantic. Alistair is canonically ace arrow, and because of that, it's like just automatic super pass for me. It's like I'm going to try to respect that as much as I can. And that... What did I just do? Oop, that's what I just did. I accidentally moved that up. And that will come up with another character pretty soon. So next is Alistair's worker, the one he summons to fix the wall and everything. You're going to be a pass. Just not interested. But yeah, pretty quickly we come to the next one I was talking about with Alistair, Angel Dust. Now, Angel Dust is gay, but it has been said in the past, I believe Vivzy said it shortly after the pilot came out, I think, that Alistair, while being, or not Alistair, Angel Dust, while being gay, will have, like, sexual relations sometimes with, like, women for his job and stuff. There's just, like, various occasions he'll agree to do it. Now, you could also say, like, is he really agreeing because it's for his job and we know how Val handles all of that? But it's like, I think there would be certain situations where he would be okay with it, honestly. But I'm still going to say pass, just because, just for respectfulness. I wanted to bring that up, though, because that is a thing that was said before, and I don't know if that still applies, because there are some things that were definitely changed after the pilot, even though the pilot is still canon. Yet, you know, Vaggie's not a sinner anymore, which that was how it was in the pilot. She was a moth demon sinner, but that was changed, but, you know. There's a few things in the pilot that do not actually work according to the canon, so it's confusing that it's still considered canon. Anyway, next, I'm trying to remember exactly how I labeled these, because we have a couple from Happy Day in Hell in here, the imp and the barbed wire guy. I could probably bring it up real quick to see how I labeled them. Yeah, actually, I have the thing already opened. I just have to bring up the window. That way I can see exactly what I labeled them. Okay, so these are all labeled separately. Okay, so we have Axe Murderer Sinner, who I think actually used a baseball bat. I mistook that as an axe for some reason. You're a pass. Next, the drunk, the bar drunk. I think I labeled it as just bar drunk. Yeah, bar drunk. Yeah, there's bar drunk, then bar patron. After that, we have barbed wire imp, barbed wire sinner. and the bartender. Okay. So, I'm going to say smash the bartender because tentacles. I will put you probably right up here. You're going to be up there for me because tentacles. For now, up there, mind you. And I think I'll put smash with the barbed wire sinner too. Because like he liked the barbed wire that was shoved in his hole, but that doesn't mean like he would, you know, do that to others. The imp, on the other hand, we know does. And so the drunk, the patron, the imp, all of those are going into pass. So next we have BDSM characters. So we have the BDSM Dom, the Gimp, the, oh, that's actually probably showing for you guys. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, the Gorgon, the Hellhound, and the Masseuse. So yeah, these are all BDSM characters from various points. The Hellhound and the Gimp actually both appear in the club as well, but they're seen at during Happy Day in Hell as well. I'm gonna put the Dom in pass, but all the rest are actually gonna go into smash. The Dom just isn't my type personally, but the rest, yeah, they could go into smash. The Gimp is gonna go to the bottom of smash, because I feel like that would be difficult to figure out. It's like that meme, and they were both bottoms. It's like, how would that end up going? The Gorgon goes pretty high. The bunny outfit and everything is super cute. Not to mention, just I really like the design. You're gonna go right up here. The Hellhound is gonna go right under you, and the Masseuse is actually pretty cute as well, going right under the Hellhound. So they all get some pretty top billing there. Okay, so next we get to the cannibals. We have the cannibal gents starting out first. And keep in mind, obviously, with this list, the idea is that all smashing is consensual. And is, like, you know, just casual sex, basically. So with cannibals, for example, there would be no actual, like, you know, eating of people during. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna put smash for the big dude here, the big dude with the mustache. I'm gonna put him right about here. The rest of these right now are going to go into pass, but there's going to be more coming up, so put those in pass. Okay. I'm going to put you in pass right off the bat. Put you in pass. Pass on you. 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 Just trying to pass on a bunch of them. There's a couple here that have, like, duos in them as well. And those are, in those cases, I'd be, like, asking basically the idea of a threesome with them. So, we're going to put this first one right down here, I think. This big, burly one will go up a bit. You're going to actually be a pass. Next, we have the couples. I'm going to put you right here and this one down here. Okay, so now, here's where we get to some actual kids and everything. I wanted to make it so that this list could be used for more than just Smash or Pass, obviously. Originally, the list just has number tiers here, like if you're just going to rank the characters. I changed them for the sake of this video. So that's why I included child characters, but obviously they're not going to be included for the sake of this Smash or Pass. So the actual children, the cannibal children, are all going down here. So these are cannibal lads, as I called them. And this one is lad and lass. Next up, though, we have cannibal ladies. And then we're going to have cannibal lasses after. So let me actually jump ahead just a little bit to get the other kids out of here. Oh, I only had one other still there. Okay. Well, that makes things easy then. Okay, so the rest of these are cannibal lasses, so they're all girls. Or perceived feminine. We don't technically know, to be fair. I'm going to put you probably right up here. You will go down here. And up, one up. I'm going to say pass on this one and this one. Pass on you. Pass on you and you. Okay, the others are going to be smashes for now. You're going to be down here. You're going to be up here. Okay. These next two are going to be up a bit. We're already getting to that point where Tier Maker stops, like, me from doing that past this. Okay, so you're going to be up here. I'm going to actually put you a little higher, though. You're going to go right up here because you're actually super cute. I love your hair, especially. This girl's actually going to go pretty up there, too. And then you are going to go probably right there. We're kind of right in the middle. But you... Actually, I think that's a really good spot for you. Okay, so we're going to get some more passes here. Pass. 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 Okay. So the last two cannibal ladies, you're going to go right down here. And this last one here will go right up here. Okay. So next we have Carmilla Carmine. We're still in the C's here. Carmilla is going to go up here. I'll do them one at a time, because even though we have to, like, scroll up a lot here. Carmilla's a super smash. Like, Carmilla's hot. Like, there's certain characters in here that are cute, some that are pretty. Carmilla's hot. Like, do you see, like, you know this scene from the song and everything when she does that little, like, shoulder shimmy? It's just, like, it is, like, one of the most, like, innocent things that turned me on in this series. Is that weird to say? It's just, like, the movements and her, while she's singing as well, it's just like, yes, mother. And like I said in the reaction, she is mother. She's not mommy, she's mother. But definitely super smash. She's hot. And she is literally a MILF. And while I'm at it, I'm going to try to move up Charlie, Cherry Bomb, and, oh my god, what is her name? Hold on. I have it listed here. Clara Carmine. I'm going to try to move up those three all together because they're all going to go up there as well. It's difficult. I really hate that this happens with this site, but okay. So Claire's going to go at the top of Smash here. Charlie is going to go just below her, actually. I know that might be a surprise, but I'm really into Claire. I think her design's super cute. And Cherry's actually going to go at the very top at this point, right above her. Because let's be honest, Cherry's also really hot. Cherry has always been one of the hot, like, most overtly hot characters in this series. And she's, let's be honest, kind of meant to be. So after that, we have the Consent Bar patrons. These are the Consent Sex Club patrons. There's quite a few of those here, as you can see. I'm trying to see exactly where it ends. Wow, there's a lot. Okay, it ends right there with the bear-like dude. Because all the others after that are angels. So we'll get to those next. Sorry for the cut there. My mother came over to dry her laundry, so yeah, let's continue though. So, I'm gonna put you in Smash probably right about here. Um, let's get rid of a few passes here real quick. And I think you're gonna be a pass. You're a pass. There we go. Okay, now we got some notable smashes here. So again, we're gonna have to drag them upwards, so bear with me here. It's just the way this website is doing this. So let's drag you two up, because both of you definitely go pretty high up. You're gonna go right about here, and you go right here, just under Charlie. This character is just very attractive. So scroll down until we get that to pop back up. Okay, so yeah, all the rest of these are definitely going to be in Smash. It's just a matter of where. I think the lowest is probably going to be this one here. And I think you're going to go probably right about here. We'll put you up one more. Yeah. So all three of these others... Oh, wait, no, there's more than three others. The color change was throwing me off. Okay, well... You're going to be pass. Real quick. You're a pass. 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 Getting rid of some passes here. Okay, so now the rest of these are smashed at the moment. So let me take the ones that I know are going to be like really high up. Which is you. And you're definitely going to be higher as well. Let's start with these four. So this one's definitely the lowest of these four for me. And I'm going to put you probably right about there. But let's bring the others up. So you're going to go probably right about there. Actually, I'm going to put you up here. You can stay there. And you're definitely going higher. Because this is definitely the hottest character in this, in the club, in Consent. So, real quick, these are going to be passes. Okay, so we'll get to the angels in a moment. Both of these are going to be, I think, a little bit higher, but not too much. So Pigtails is going to be right about here. And this lizard lady will probably be right above the Hellhound. Yeah. Okay. So now we get into the angels. These are... there were obviously more angels than this at the trial. These are just the ones the ones that have noticeable designs, you know? So these are like listed as like court angels, I believe. You're going to be a pass, and you're going to be a pass. But these other two, I'd say, are reasonable smashes. The biblically accurate angel, it's like just kind of like, you kind of want to know what that would be like. And then the bird angel, it's just like really pretty. So biblically accurate, I'm going to still put pretty low, though, because it's more of a curiosity thing than anything. Come on. There it is. And you're going to go up a little bit more, but not too much higher. I'll put you right there. Okay, so we come up with Dazzle here, and this is where an interesting thing to take into account is. Does Dazzle count as just an animal? Because we see that Razzle and Dazzle, and this will count for Razzle later on as well, Razzle and Dazzle are able to exhibit emotion, and they clearly have like some level of intelligence, but they don't speak. They don't show the same level of intelligence as any other character. And because of that, they almost kind of come across as more pets than anything for Charlie. So even though they definitely have higher intelligence than like regular animals, I'm still gonna put them in the human or in the animal slash child category because they just that's the way they come across for me. Okay, so we have some more characters here. Trying to get to the top of the pass section here. Um, so this I believe I just called like drug sinner. Let me see. Let me bring up my list here. Get past the cannibals and everything. I'm in the D's now. Druggy sinner. Yes, we have druggy sinner, and then we have drunk sinner. And the ones after Emily are executed sinners, two who specifically are killed by Vaggie in that flashback. So these are both easy passes. That's obvious. And I'm going to pass on the executed as well because they're dead. But also, even outside of that, just I would pass on them anyway. The executioner, we'll keep him there. Not executioner angel, executioner sinner. He's dressed like an executioner. Fat Nuggets, we're gonna real quick drop right down here into the animals though, because Fat Nuggets is definitely an animal. Like you can debate Razzle and Dazzle, but Fat Nuggets is just a pig. We're also gonna drop off a super pass right here with the what did I call you? Flasher sinner. You are there because of that. Like flashing is fucking disgusting and horrible. Don't do that. So that's that way we can go back up. I'm gonna try to get a collection of smashes here. So let's get rid of some passes. Frank is the one I'm specifically counting here, but technically can count for any of the Egg Boys because let's be honest, they're all the same. Pass. Just not interested. It's like I like the little dudes, but not in that kind of way. We have a couple more sinners here. I believe I just called them furry sinners. Pass on both of them. And then we come into some winners, actually. Let me see. Yeah, I called them heavenly winners, and there's a good amount of them. So before we get to that, we'll do all the winners together. Let me get a couple smashes here for Emily and the Executioner. So the Executioner is definitely a smash. There's a certain part of me, like, I'm not, like, always into, like, big, buff, like super masculine dudes. But something about his design is a bit attractive to me. Maybe it's the nipple tassels. Maybe that does a little something for me. It's like, oh, you're fruity enough to wear nipple tassels. I think I like you. But he's definitely only going up this high. He doesn't go any higher than that. Emily, I believe I said it when I was ranking the characters in the finale video. Emily is basically just a clone of Charlie. And in that situation, when you're ranking characters, you have to take into account, it's like, that doesn't really make a good character. When you're just a clone of the main character who's meant to be, heaven's version of her. But in terms of smash or pass, it basically puts her on the same level as Charlie. Because, like, in terms of appearance, in terms of personality, it's like they're basically the same character, so there's really no reason I would have them separate. They're basically, like, back to back because of how similar they are. I'm going to keep Charlie a little ahead just because she does have a little more to her, and that's just to be expected because she has a lot more screen time. But again, they're basically the same character. So now we get to the heavenly winners. These are basically heaven's version of sinners. They're mortal souls that have become angels rather than, been born into heaven. So we have a good amount of them here, and each of them are like specifically centered around a certain one. This one is these two because there's really not a way to separate them properly. This one is this one down here. It's hard to see on the picture, but it's the little one down here. And then obviously you have this one and so on and so forth. So let's get rid of some passes. You're a pass. This old lady looking one is a pass. The giraffe one is a pass. This three-eyed girl is kind of cute, but I'm just not really into her in that way, so pass. Where did you end up going there? Oh, there you are. We even have the sexy angels from the line, everyone is hot and everything. But let's get to these first. So these two here, which again, just like with the cannibals, couple deal comes with the idea of like a threesome, basically. I'm going to put you, yeah, right about there. And then we're going to take this one, put right about there. Now, the everyone is hot angels, which are pretty much all of these here, are going to, one of them is going to be notably higher than the others. And if you know my tastes, you know which one that's going to be. So, first off, these two on the ends. So you have this big buff one here. It's the one up here, specifically focusing on. And then you have this one, which is this one up here. They're basically the same character design. I'm putting them back to back, and they're going to go probably right about here. The next ones I want to put up here go a little bit higher. This, like, very pretty femme one, I'm going to put right under the executioner. But the buff, like, the buff short-haired hot lady one, yeah, she goes up a bit higher. That is, like, entirely one of my types. But she's not going to go too high. I think right here is a good spot for her. A little towards the top, but not completely. Next, we have a few others here. Okay, so this one's kind of like a biblically accurate one again, but also has the eye and just other stuff going on. I'm going to put you in pass. I'm going to put this furry-like one in pass. Pass on these little like chibi ones as well. But the rest of these three I'll go to smash for. By the way, this one looks a lot like Vaggie. I think I've seen only one other person point that out during a reaction. And it's like, I feel like that was like a little hint early on, because this is during the Welcome to Heaven song. I think that was a hint early on that Vaggie was an angel. All three of these go up a little higher, though, so let me just real quick put them up here so we can drag them up separately. Okay, so the one that's probably the weakest for me, I would say, is the... I just want to call it an owl. I know that's not kind of what it is, but that's just what I want to call it. And it's going to go right about here. So we need to move up the bird and the Vaggie clone. Next. The bird is the next lowest for me, and it's probably going to go right about there. So the Vaggie clone goes up just a little bit more, and it's going to go under Lizard Lady here. So, after that, we get into some main characters here, but we have to get rid of Kiki first. Oh, too far. So Kiki is an animal. Well, I mean, Kiki's like an animal and a key to the hotel. It's a weird thing, but also I'm counting his actual animal. And now some people made me wondering, should I count Kitty? Because Kitty is a robot, but and Kitty is very clearly a fizzy from the Hell of a Boss canon and whatnot. Which I mean, technically it's the same canon, but um, we've seen that the fizzies do have a level of sentience based on Robo Fizz from episode 2 of Hell of a Boss. So I feel right in counting them. They do have a certain level of sentience. And that's kind of what I go for if they have like the ability to form rational thought and whatnot. We're gonna get that pass right quick. Pass on you. Pass. Okay. These ones after that, after Lilith. Let me make sure I got. Hold on. Are the listeners. These are the ones who are listening to Alistair and Vox's little battle song, their duet. They're the ones who are listening to that. Okay, so right away, I'm gonna put Katie Killjoy. I was gonna say I was gonna put Katie in pass, but I don't think I can. I think I passed on her before, but then I think like I made some other list or something, or I like shared some not safe for work art on the Discord server, and it's just like I admitted it's like yeah she's hot. It's like she's absolutely fucking terrible, but she's hot. Yeah, she's not gonna be high on my smash list though, because like I said, I am to a degree taking personality into things for characters that have notable personality. So I'm going to put her right under the executioner. So next, Lilith is going to be pretty low just because we've only seen her once, not counting the little bits at the beginning that in the storybook that you basically only see a silhouette. I'm not counting that. We've only seen her once outside of like photos on the wall, and she's hot, but there's like nothing to her character yet that we can tell for sure. There's like theories and ideas, but nothing that's actually confirmed. And on top of that, it's like she's very basic level hot. Like stereotypical hot. And a lot of times I'm not really into that. So I'll put her on here. But she's going to be one who's not going to be super high up there. I'm going to put her right above the owl dude. I think that's the best spot. I know a lot of people would put her higher, but again, I'm not as into this stereotypical beauty most of the time, with some exceptions, of course. And I feel like I need to know more about her character before I can judge her as well. Next, let's get Kitty out of the way. And Husk. We'll do both at once. There we go. We'll do Kitty and Husk, and then we can go into the other listeners. So Kitty and Husk definitely go up there. And the interesting thing is, when I think I mentioned this in the reactions, when I first watched the pilot, I didn't really like Husk that much. Like, I didn't hate him. I just didn't think there was enough reason to like him. But the actual season 1 made him grow on me immensely. And not just because of Keith David's voicing, though that does help. Because let's be honest, Keith David's voice is sexy. But I just really like his character. Like, I just think he's great. I'm going to put Husk right about here, though. I just don't feel like I can put him higher just in terms of personal appeal based on design. But Kitty definitely goes higher. Kitty is going to go right under Emily and Charlie. The fizzy design is already attractive to me. But then it's like you add like different elements to it to make it stand out. And it's like she's a little cutie pie. Like, absolutely. So, yeah. Okay, so now we have the rest of the listeners, and let's get rid of a good amount of drops or passes here. So pass on you, pass, pass. Oh, and we're gonna get into the loan sharks too. I'm telling you right now, loan sharks are pretty much all gonna be passes. It's like I'm just not interested. I've seen like shark characters, like fan characters who I like the designs of, but in terms of the characters in this series, no, just not for me. Okay, so next we have this like mummy like listener. We'll do her and this like kind of crocodile lady together. Then we'll come back for some more main characters. Both of them actually go pretty high. I think they're both super cute. The crocodile lady has like a certain sassiness to her design. I don't know how to explain it. And the mummy lady, it's like I just kind of dig the mummy lady aesthetic. Like I've seen that in other things. Um, I'm gonna put mummy lady right about there and croc lady down here. I think that's a good spot for them. Oh, hold on. I think there was a little bit of lag there. Sorry about that. Just to show off where I put them again, just in case. Here we are. There's Mummy Lady and Croc Lady, just in case you missed that because of the lag. Okay, so now we got some more main characters here. But I'm gonna drop Mimsy right off in the pass because I don't like her. I know there's a lot of people who really do. And she has a certain attractiveness to her. Like, I can get into short stat characters, especially thick ones like her. But by God, do I hate her. Like, I am happy that Alistair told her to get lost because it's like, she was so fucking annoying. And it's like, I think it's because I've known people like her who just like force themselves into other people's lives just to take advantage of them. I've had people do that to me, and it's like it's not good. It's not good. It's just really not good. I'm also gonna drop off Molly in the past because her design's cute, I guess, but nothing about her screams like I want to smash it. You know. Um, Maybe if we see more of her in season two, that can change. We're gonna drop off this guy, the I'm not doing well guy. He definitely belongs there too. But now we're going to get into some more um, smashes. So let's do some main characters here. We have Lucifer, we have Loot, and we have Nifty. Let's go with those three. Because all three of them, I'm telling you now, are going up there. Um, we're figuring out the exact placement as we go, but all three of them definitely go up there. And kind of all for different reasons, interestingly enough. Because if I'm being completely honest, I find only one of them physically hot. So it's really interesting that all three of them get like pretty high placement here, but they do. And I'll talk about that in a moment here. Okay, we're almost there. It takes a while to get there. Okay, so, Loot. Let's talk about her first. Super Smash. In fact, she goes above Carmilla. Loot is one of the hottest characters in this series for me. Like, pretty much the instant I saw her actual face in episode 6, it's like I was smitten. And don't get me wrong, she is detestable as a character, but I also think some of that is like internalized as well, if I'm being honest. Let's just say I could see her based on how they've characterized her and written her. I could see her having a redemption arc actually. Um, but the reason she's up here is literally just her appearance. She is that fucking hot to me. Like it's just I don't even know how to explain it. I am just so exceptionally attracted to her. Like so actively turned on by her. I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to lie. Like absolutely. um Next we have Nifty and Lucifer. So Nifty is a character who I am not necessarily physically attracted to. I she is one of those characters who I can't explain why, but her insanity makes me want to be with her, if that makes any sense. And the thing is, I know she's like the only straight character in the hotel. So I guess it technically wouldn't even happen. But at the same time, it's like I kind of want her to dominate me in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. It's not even necessarily about like having like directly having sex. It's just like it's one of those weird things where I just want to be dominated by her. I can't put her too high because of that, because it's a weird attraction compared to others. So I'm going to put her probably right about here. She gets to be up here because the attraction is there, but it's this weird attraction that I can't fully explain. And then you have Lucifer, who it's almost entirely personality based. Like don't get me wrong, he's an attractive man. But with Lucifer, it's like I would want to like be with him, not just for the sex, which, is probably pretty good considering he's, a literal angel. But also, I just want to be with him because he needs someone. Like, the dude is clearly lonely. He's clearly not been well after splitting up with Lilith. It's like, I just want to be there for. I want to give the dude a hug. I want to give him a hug and tell him going to be okay and have very comforting sex with him. It's like, I want wholesome sex with Lucifer. You know what I mean? Though, obviously, he could definitely go a little hellish in the sack, if you know what I mean, because you see how he like acted towards Adam in the finale. It's like, oh yeah, he could definitely ramp it up if he wanted to. And also, again, with it almost entirely being personality based, it's also the fact of him being, or at least me being able to see him as clearly autistic. And it's just like that just appeals to me as well, as someone who is autistic. It's just like it's comforting, the idea to be in a relationship with someone who would understand me, and who I could goof off and be ridiculous with. That kind of appeals to me. So Lucifer, I'm actually going to put above Charlie just for that. Just for the comforting nature of the relationship. And again, it's a smash relationship. It absolutely is still sex-based to a degree, but yeah. Um I don't know how else to explain it. So, definitely not the hottest, and again, it definitely wouldn't be the top of my smash list, but still, I have to put him up there just for that sake because personal things. So after that, we have, oh God, what is her name? She actually has a name. Velvet mentions it, Melissa. So we have Melissa here, who is one of Velvet's models. She takes the place of the other one, who is ripped to shreds by Valentino. And we see her in a bunch of different outfits. I just chose this, like, little red dress because I thought it was super cute on her. Which, it's like Velvet didn't like it, apparently, and I just don't understand it because it's just super fucking cute. I'm going to put her, and then Carmilla's daughter, Odette Carmine. I'm going to put these two up here a little bit, because both of them I feel deserve it. So Melissa's not going to go too high, but Odette's going to go a little higher. Odette, for some reason, like, gives me vibes of, like, a businesswoman, but is actually super soft. She's not, like, super confident and, as put together as, say, her mother. But I see her more as like super soft. It's a lot softer than even her sister, I would say. I don't know why. It's just something I kind of headcanon a little bit. Melissa is going to go right about here. And Odette definitely goes higher. Though not as high as Carla, her sister. Carla Carmine, I think, is definitely the more attractive of them for me. But Odette definitely goes up here. I'll put Odette between these two. I think that's a good place to put her. Because I definitely like, even though they're very similar in design, you could tell they're also different characters. But also, I like this one more than this one. So just that for you. And yeah, during the episode, you could tell they're different characters, by the way. They look very similar, but when you're actually watching, there is some notable differences. Like, for example, you can actually see this girl has like a little hair tuft right here that this one does not have. The bangs on this one are longer and shaped a little differently. So you could tell they're different. I just want to bring that up in case anyone thought they were exactly the same because their outfits look similar. They have the same type of mask. Believe me, if you go to a club or anything, or if you've been to like a rave, even at a convention, you'll see people who dress the same. Especially with like glowing masks like that. I've seen that quite a bit, actually. Okay, so next we have the boom mic operator. We have the camera person. We have the bull. All three of these are from the porn studio. And the ones after that, I believe, are just all from the song Poison. Yeah, so we basically got a bunch of like characters from the porn studio and everything next, and the Poison song. So there's going to be quite a few that we put into the pass here. And I'm not saying that as any insult to them or anyone who's interested in them. They're just not my type here. You are a pass. The bull is a pass, despite how oiled you are. And I do like oil. I think it can be very sexy. But not my type. Pass. Pass on the camera person. These two are definite smashes. I'll get to them. Pass on the Hellhound from Angel's movie. You're definitely a smash. This is one of the makeup artists that are doing Angel's makeup at the very beginning of the Poison song. There's like 3 makeup artists, both of these two. And then there's one who you never see the face of, and so I didn't include the third one. But either way, they're both passes. Also, this one looks like a Goetia, so that's interesting. Pass on you. Pass on all of these like robber characters. Okay, and then we're gonna get into you. So let's get these smashes out of the way first. So all 3 of these are gonna be up a lot higher than we can go naturally. So I'm gonna have to drag them. So these 2 are in the Poison music video. They're canoodling with Angel at one point, and this is the one who removes her bra right in front of Charlie, who, like, you know, comes face first with those nice titties and blushes really fucking hard. And hey, we know she's into that, so yeah, probably just getting a face full of titties like that, it probably flustered her quite a bit. It would definitely fluster me. It actually has flustered me. Story time. Let's talk about that. When I was in college, I ended up twice accidentally seeing people naked. And this was before I had come out as pan, by the way, or even bi, actually. So I wasn't like fully open about that, though I had already definitely had those feelings and kind of knew, but not really like, you know, fully admitted it. The first time was actually one of my roommates. We had a dorm room. We all had our separate like bedrooms, but like we had a public gathering space, a public kitchen, and a bathroom that had like a couple stalls. I think it had like two or three showers in it, like curtained showers and all of that. So it was like a big communal bathroom that multiple people could use at once instead of just having a single person bathroom for the dorm. We had four people in the dorm. At one point, I walked into the bathroom and one of my roommates was in there just butt fuck naked. Keep in mind, this was also when I identified as male prior to coming out as trans, because I only came out as trans in 2017. This was back in like 2011, 2012, because that's when I was in the dorm at the college I was at. But I went into the bathroom, he was just there, and it's like just there. And I saw everything. It's like, he was, by the way, not even bashful about it. He didn't try to hide or turn away or anything. I basically just turned my head and continued towards the shower where I was heading. I had my clothes on, by the way, at that point, too. I was going to take them off in the shower because I didn't want to walk around the rest of the dorm room naked. But yeah, I saw quite a bit there. The second time, I was actually taking out the trash because there's a dumpster nearby. And I ended up, like, catching two people having sex behind the dumpster. They did not stop. I threw away my trash and just went back on my way. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't, like, stop and watch or anything, of course not. That would be fucking weird. But I saw a lot. And yeah, both times I was flustered. I was very flustered at seeing naked people. And yeah. It was a lot. Because it's very different than if, like, when you're watching porn or something, or seeing nudity in a movie or a game, even for some of those games that actually do have that in them. It's very different seeing people naked in front of you in real life. And specifically when you're not, like, you know, having relations with them. It's a very different kind of situation. Anyway, moving on from that, though. We are going to put all three of these notably high up, because I think all three of them are very attractive. I would say this one's probably the least attractive, but is also like this bunny person, and I really like bunny characters. I don't know why, it's just an aesthetic I like. I'm going to put you right about here, right above Nifty. This like goat sheep person is going to go a little higher up, right above the possum girl. And then the hellhound, whose tits Charlie comes face to face with, you're going to go right above Husk. She definitely is the most attractive for sure. It's definitely partially the curves. Like, she has such a nice curvy body. And just also the fact that, you know, Charlie came face to face with seeing all of that accidentally. It's just, for some reason, it's just like, it's a really cute moment. But anyway. Okay, so we put Dazzle down here, so we have to put Razzle down here. Just makes sense. So after that, next we have the interviewers, the press, the reporters. We're in the R's, so we just put Razzle down there. So these are the reporters who try to get word from Vox when he first appears. And I'm just going to say we're passing on all but one of them. Also, we're going to put Rocky in pass as well. The only reporter that we're smashing is this one with the big curly hair. She's just adorable. Also, I kind of dig characters who part of their aesthetic is you never see their eyes. I don't know why. I've just always liked that aesthetic. It's like, because she has no eyes there, and even when they're hypnotized and you see all the other characters with the swirling eyes, her eyes are never shown. And I just kind of dig that aesthetic. I just dig it as an aesthetic choice. She's not going to go too high. Actually, I think, is just the right place for her. So I think that just worked out. Okay. So next, we have Sarah. Let's get Sarah out of the way real quick. We got to scroll down a bit. Sarah's a super pass. And I'm definitely going to explain why here. I'll put Sarah right here. Super passes, I guess I'm kind of ranking as well. The regular passes are not ranked, but super passes, I guess, are. My sister very much disagrees with me on this. My sister is, I guess, more accepting of the idea that Sarah is, misguided. While I'm just like, oh no, this bitch is evil. No. She's making excuses for her actions, but she's definitely in with her actions. Her reasoning for just trying to protect the souls they have in heaven is bullshit. She was just convinced by Adam. Adam convinced her that it was the right thing to do, and she signed on with it and is all for it. You see the way that she, at the trial, after being proven that souls can change, then after the song and everything, after Vaggy's revealed as an angel, she's just like, oh, we've seen no proof here. It's like, yes, you did. You saw a lot of proof. You actively were shown proof. She's lying because it goes against her ideas. It goes against her beliefs. She's literally gaslighting and changing the conversation to move away from the idea that she's in the wrong. And you even see this kind of again when Pensius arrives in heaven, and you see how horrified she looks. It's not just shock, it looks like she's genuinely scared of this idea. I don't like her. I'm sorry, I don't like her. And and she's like not unattractive in terms of design. I'm also just not attracted to her design that much. But she's a super pass because I really don't like her. But let's move up a bit here, because we got a lot more characters to get through. This is already pretty damn long. So these are the two in Happy Day in Hell who come up like right near the front of the screen when they're seeing It's Another Shitty Day in Hell. They're both a pass. Pass on the Skull Dude Overlord guy. Pass on the Stuffed Bunny Sinner. Only pass on Rosie. People might have thought I would have put Rosie as a super pass. No. For one, I've said it before in other things. The age thing is like, that doesn't bother me as much as you might think. It's like, I'm not that discriminatory about that kind of thing. I don't discriminate against old people in terms of sexiness. And her personality is like, she's kind of a ornery bitch, as I believe Alistair even puts it. But she also comes around, and honestly, she's kind of hilarious. She's still a pass, but yeah. Tom Trench and Travis are also both passes. Valentino can fuck right on off. Got to go all the way down here. Yeah, I guess super passes kind of are in order as well. Valentino's definitely at the bottom. Because fuck him. I think pretty much everyone agrees that he's like the most hated character in this series. Okay, but now we get into a lot more smashes again. So let's get the light smashes out of the way first. So that would be St. Peter, Sir Pensius, Valentino's moth guard door person. Let's get those three out of the way next. So the Valentino's moth door lady person is definitely the weakest of these three in terms of attractiveness to me. Um, why is this not dragging? Oh, what the hell happened here? Oh, sorry about that. It should put everything back where it was. It does that if you refresh the page and everything, which is probably what accidentally happened there. When you refresh the page on a tier list you've already been making, it just reverts it. Yep, see? Everyone's back where they were still. So, okay. Yeah, the Moth Lady, probably not going to be up too much higher. She's probably going to go right about there. Let me just make sure to be safe, though. A little high. I'm going to put her above the Crocodile Lady. St. Peter's the next least sexy of this trio, though. Which is, I guess, the weird way to put it. But with the fact that we have to drag these up, it kind of makes sense. St. Peter is going to go right under the Buff Lady. He does have a certain attractiveness to him. I didn't think so at first, but I've kind of come around to him a lot more. And so he goes right about here, I would say. And then we have Serpentius, who, kind of like Lucifer, is a character who I'm attracted to mostly based on personality. Dude is fucking adorable, and I love him so goddamn much. He's another character I did not like that much in the pilot. Like, a lot of people really enjoyed him in the pilot. I didn't. I thought he was kind of annoying and a little weird. I liked his egg boys more than him. And I definitely like Cherry more than him in terms of that scene. But then in the actual season, it's like, oh my god, I love the shit out of him. It's like he's adorable. He is absolutely adorable. Also, if he does actually have two dicks, like Angel has heard, that is a bonus. That is definitely a bonus. But without even like a little bit of hesitation or anything, I put him right under Charlie and Emily. Like, abso-fucking-lutely. Like, not even a question to me. He definitely belongs there. Okay, so we have Velvet's models down here. Let's get rid of a few of them. Those two are passes. That one's a smash. Pass on Vox. Vox is not a super pass though. Pass on Vox's assistant. Are you the last one? No. Okay. Yeah, I think all the rest of these are smashes. So, the lowest ones are going to be this girl and then Zestiel. So let's tackle them first. This kind of like I keep wanting to say goat with a lot of these characters. I don't know if that's actually what she's supposed to look like, but that's the vibe I'm getting, so I'm going to just say Goat Girl. Velvet's Goat Girl model is very cute. She like her ponytail and everything. She'll go right about here. Zestiel goes a little higher up than that, but not too far. Zestiel is another one who's like, he just has a really sexy voice actor. Like, James Monroe Iglehart is really sexy in terms of his voice. I thought the same thing with his voicing of Asmodeus and Tex in Hell of a Boss. And I also just in general find both of those characters super sexy too anyway. Especially Tex. I actually like Tex more than I like Asmodeus in terms of that. But with Zestiel, he does go up there too. Like, even though he's kind of, his design is creepy and everything, it's like, dude is still, he's got a sex appeal to him. I don't care, I'll say it. I want to put him too high, though. I think right about here is good. And so that leaves us with 4 more, and I'm just telling you right now, all 4 of them are going to be pretty high up. So we're going to move them all together. We have Rosie, we have Vaggie, we have Velvet, and we have Zizi. Also known as Missy Zilla. She actually has two names, and I don't know if either of the names is official or not. I labeled her as Zizi because I like the name a little better. I think Missy Zilla's a little ridiculous. But all four of these definitely go pretty high up. And I'll explain them as we get to them. As we get to where they place, I should say. So let me just get these up here. Sorry for not saying much of anything else during this point. It's just hard to explain when I'm not that far up yet. I really hate having to do this. It kind of makes doing these longer Smasher Pass lists a little tedious. But I think it's worth it in the end. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost at the top. I can tell you right now, this might be an interesting perspective. I have no idea what you guys are gonna think of like my order here on things. Trying to get all four of them like right up here at the top before anything else. Okay, so two of these are in Super Smash, and I have no idea if you're going to like understand my reasoning for this, but let me explain. ZZ is in Super Smash. I have no fucking idea what it is about her design. She is really attractive to me. I don't know if it's the vibrant colors or the way like her design is designed. I don't know if it's the dinosaur aesthetic, the kind of 90s style. I don't know what it is. Something about her is just like, I wish there was more not safe for work art of her. There is some. I have seen some. It does exist. There's just not enough. Though to be fair, there's also not enough of loot. And there is quite a bit of loot. I think she's very underrated, honestly. And I really hope she gets a bigger role in Season 2. The other one is Velvet. And I put Velvet right under Carmilla. You really might have thought Rosie or Vaggie would have been there, but I'll get to that. Velvet is a little shit. Like, literally kind of the definition of a little shit. Not necessarily really literally, because she's, I guess, average height, pretty much. But in terms of more, like, you know, what that means figuratively. Anyway, Velvet, her attitude is just, I have no idea why. I'm not usually, I wouldn't call her a tsundere or a yandere or anything. I don't know if there's like a term for specifically her brash confrontational attitude, but something about it is like just weirdly attractive to me. On top of that, she's just really fucking hot. And she's another character who doesn't have enough not safe for work art of her. I really wish there was more. Again, there's some good ones. She has some really good ones, but not enough. And it's really a crime because she's pretty fucking hot, if I'm being honest. So now we get to Rosie and Vaggie. If you remember my character list, Rosie is one of my favorite characters. In fact, I believe she's number 2 after Angel. But she's not the top of my list in terms of smashing. She's up here, don't get me wrong. But there's just others who are above her in terms of that. And I think her super wholesome personality is a little to the point of where it's like, I would rather just, you know, have therapy with her than anything. It's like, by God, I need it. But I mean, I absolutely would, like, have sex with her. Absolutely. Like, all day, every day. She's had some really good art that focuses on her ass quite a bit. And it's like, I am an ass girl. Like, don't get me wrong, I like tits too, very much so. But I am very much an ass girl. Um, I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go into detail. But I'm going to put her below Charlie and Emily and above Serpentius. Because I think that's a good place for her. She's still right up here near the top, but not like the tippy top for me. Because again, the wholesomeness kind of takes away from more of the sex appeal and makes her more of like someone I would just want to, talk to and like vent to. But then we get to Vaggie. Vaggie's the last one I haven't actually sorted yet. She's just up here as a placeholder. Vaggie is attractive, and Stephanie Beatriz, her voice performance definitely helps with that. But I like Vaggie kind of for other reasons in terms of her being a character. Like when I look at a lot of characters in this show, it's like, oh yeah, this character is sexy. This character is sexy. I don't when I look at Vaggie as a character, that's not really on my mind most of the time. It's like, again, yes, she's very attractive, but that's not really my focus with her as a character. As such, I can't really put her that high. In fact, I'm going to put her just below Odette. I actually think Odette's a little more just attractive to me. And again, don't get me wrong, Vaggie definitely belongs up here, and she's still near the top of the list. Pretty much at the top still. Because amongst over 200 characters, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She's still 15. Top 15 out of over 200 is, like, still impressive. And I've seen a lot of great art of her, too, and especially great art of her and Charlie. Like, a lot of great art of both of them together. But again, it's one of those cases where it's not what I like about her character, not what I usually think about with her character. When I think about her character, I think about more of her personality than anything. I think more about the lore behind her and the depths of her. I don't think about like, oh, sexy character, awooga, or anything like that. Though I usually don't think awooga towards anyone because that's just disrespectful. But you get the gist. It's like she's just not the tippy top for me, and that might be surprising to people. But hey, there you go. It's my list. Make your own. So as you can see, my very tip top choice here is Luz. I'm sorry. It's just she is absolutely the hottest character in this, in my opinion, of course. She is just so drop dead gorgeous. And maybe I'm coping by thinking that she's going to have a redemption arc just because I find her insanely attractive. But I genuinely do think that that's the way she's written. She's too aggressive for it to not be internalized, I feel. It doesn't feel natural, if that makes any sense. I think there's a lot more to her character, and I think we might find that out in season 2. Hard to say. Depends on how many episodes we get and what the focus is going to be. I know the V's are going to have a big role in season 2, but I don't know how much they're going to delve into the other stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think they could definitely go more in depth with her and really do a lot of great with her character. But just for the sake of this list, it's like I would let her rail me into submission. Absolutely. Like I said before, I'm definitely the bottom in this case, in pretty much every case almost. But it's like, yeah, even if I weren't, I would let her rail me. It's like, just absolutely. It's like, how could you not? Yeah. Interesting enough, the type of women at the top. I mean, I guess outside of Zizi, who we really just didn't see enough of. But the other 3 women are 3 dominant, badass, really, like, kind of girls get it done type of women. You know what I mean? Just very much that archetype. You think there might be something there? They think I might have some kind of type there. But just as a reminder, going through all of this, you could stop and look back as you will, but just to show off the super passes again, Valentino is at the very bottom of the list, as he should be. Just the idea of sex with him is so uncomfortably gross to me. And it's because of literally who his character is and what he's been shown to do and everything. It's just like, I would rather die. Permanently. In the case of this series, have to kind of specify that. I think I would rather, face permadeath than have to ever have sex with someone like that. It's just like, no, just never. And yeah, the only ones in Super Pass who are here for like not just being terrible or gross people are Alistair, who, like I said before, is just kind of there because he's Ace and Arrow, and it's just like I kind of want to respect that with him. And Angel, who's here because he's gay, and I want to respect that with him. I definitely want to respect that with him. I want to respect kind of everything with Angel because he deserves it. He deserves people to respect his orientation, just respect him in general, and he's another character I would love to give just a hug to. But there you have it. Again, I would like to know your thoughts, or hell, you could even go to this list on Tier Maker. Once again, is one of my lists. This is the title if you want to look it up. You can share your own on the Discord or whatnot. I would love to hear, in general, who your smashes and passes for Season 1 of Hazbin Hotel are. Let me know down in the comments below if you just want to let me know there. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.